downloaded on our YouTube channel. So is it on? It's good.
You got it.
All right. So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 1:02. Welcome, everybody, to the general membership meeting of the Creative Artists Guild. Thank you very much for wearing a mask and for being respectful of others and being safe.
Yeah. Silence phones.
Oh, okay. Can everybody silence their phone, please? And I'd like to welcome, I hope you can all hear me. Our microphone isn't working and I do not want to wear the headset thing. So if you can't, I will talk louder. I don't have any problem with that.
Go ahead, talk louder.
Talk louder?
Put the mask down. I can't.
All right. I just won't breathe on you. I am vaccinated. All right, I would like to welcome our new members. I'm going to say your name and would you just please stand? I have John Produce. Welcome, John. Jane Bodami. Thank you, Jane. Welcome. Kathy Deer. Kathy Durr. Donna Harmony Jonas. And Charlotte Klein. She's not here. Charlotte Klein is not here. Well, welcome and thank you for joining. Thank you so much. The first order of business that we do is Artist of the Month. So for our new members, once you are accepted as an exhibiting artist, you can bring a painting at the meeting and it gets placed over on a chair, and then we have a People's Choice Award. So we have a count being taken right now to see if we have it. Do you have another minute? Is it another minute for that?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you have the Artist of the Month?
I just-
Scott?
I
Yes.
just did.
All right.
Ted Hang.
All right.
Beautiful job. Absolutely love it.
Congratulations. Nice job.
There's that, there's that. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it quick? Just a few minutes?
Well, this is just a good old barn, and the Art in the Park, it came from many different states, because everybody always asks, where'd it come from? Where's that barn at? Where would you like it to be at?
Exactly.
So, all right.
Very nice.
So where was it?
Anywhere you want it to be. Who doesn't know? Well done. What's the medium? What's the medium? Watercolor.
And what's your title for it, Ted?
Old barn.
You got it, Old Barn.
Old barn.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. I would like to have a motion to waive the reading of the minutes. Sheridan, do I have a second? Mickey, all in favor? Aye. Thank you so much. Alice, our treasurer, will give us our treasurer's report.
Okay, last month we had a beginning balance of $3,234.71. And through 11/8, which is yesterday, we had the expenditures that totaled $1,618.66. And we did have a little income of $274.44. So it leaves the current balance now today as of $1,890.49. This is the first time I've ever seen it below 2,000 since I started, but we're about to collect dues, so we'll be back in the
Yeah.
good fashion again.
Thank you, Alice. I just want all our new members to know, we did, because of COVID, decide not to collect dues during 2020. So that's why our account is as it is. So we are going to start dues in January, and they're $30 for the year. So we'll start that, not next month, bring it in January. Yeah. So now Taryn is still the current exhibit chair. We still need a volunteer to step forward to take the reins of the exhibit chair. Ted Haynes, who just won Artist of the Month, is a director, and he's going to be the liaison between this committee and the board. So as a committee chair, there's no need for you to go to a board meeting or report anything. He is going to be working with you. And Taryn has everything set up on spreadsheets and everything really good to go. We have no issues this year. Next year we will, because Taryn is going to be very, very busy. So is there anyone here in the room right now that feels like they would like to step into that role and know that it's well supported by not only me, but Joy and Ted and anything that's been being required of you will also,
Yes, it is.
and you?
I'm Jean, I can work with Ted.
Jean, thank you. And your last name?
Jean Shinley.
Jean Shinley. Yay! So Taryn is going to give a little bit of a report. Yes.
All right. So for the Francis Wilson, I'm still taking maybe 3 more pieces for the show. A couple people had to back out, and so I had a few more spaces left. And the other thing is, I've got a sign up back there so that if you are here today and you haven't emailed me your information, I know who you are. And if you know which piece you're going to put in, please head back there. I don't know why there. It's actually behind Carol there is the, go back there and sign up for me, please.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
If you don't mind interrupting. Do you take pottery as well as painting?
For this, you know what, I'm not.
Yeah,
I can't ask because there is a table there, but you are the first one who mentioned 3D. So let me just find out from the theater.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a table right underneath part of the art lobby part, so.
Is it under glass, though? I don't want anybody to walk off
What if somebody
with
walks
it?
off with it?
No, nobody's gonna walk off. We put hundreds of pieces out on a farm stand, unattended,
All right.
Okay.
Okay, that's really
and
great.
nobody steals anything.
Well, come see me afterward and I can get your information. We
Well,
can
that's in
figure
New York,
something
though. I don't know about down here.
out. Anybody else? Okay.
Oh, that's sweet, short and
Yeah,
sweet.
I'll catch you
Okay.
after.
Thank you.
All right. Next on the agenda is the board accepted the following members for officers and committee chair positions. Sherida Wasaki, if you would stand for me, Sherida. Sherida has now accepted our vice president position. So that is filled. And by filling that position, she vacated a director position and the jury chair. Joy Swanson, the do-it-all Joy, if you want to stand, she is now a director. And then Marilyn Wozlowski, if you would stand, she is now the jury chair. So all the positions have been filled, and then I think with you taking that, I think we might, there's a few, I think, with publication, but I will look that all over. Awesome. So, all right, now the dry part of the meeting, the bylaws. It is required for us, because of our non-for-profit status, that we revisit our bylaws yearly. It is the vice president's job to get a committee together and to look it over and make amendments and changes to it. This year, we did a lot of formatting changes not a whole lot of word changes other than eliminating a lot of duplicates and nonsense stuff that was in there. What I need to do not only is hand this to you, which we did last month, email it to you like we did last month, publish it in our newsletter, which we did last month. And the final is this month, I need to go over all the changes. I need to read them to you. Yay! Thank you. I'm here all week. So I will be as quick as I can. And then when it's all done, we ask that you vote yes or no. And a vote needs to be made for both, one for the bylaws and one for the standing rules. And then the vote, it's a majority from the members present, will pass it. And I will let you know there is no need for yes.
2/3 vote for the bylaws.
2/3 vote for the bylaws and majority vote for the standing rules. And that will be final. There is no need to have anybody making a, what's the word? Motion, thank you. Yes, Ted.
We've already voted, why are we reading them?
I have to read it just so if anybody has questions, they can bring it forth. And trust me, I've already practiced this. I think I got it down. Anyway, so, well, if you voted online, then you're good.
But if I vote again today to give you the majority though?
You could, yes.
Okay.
All right, so Article 1 was the name, and all we did was add the 501c3, which was omitted on the old one. On Article 2, we changed our objective to call it the mission statement, and we corrected the wording. On Article 3, which is the membership, we added a third bullet that says changes to dues shall be voted on by the general membership as recommended by the board. If you have any questions as I go through this, please holler and raise your hand, because like I said, I will try to go through it quickly. Okay, Article 4 is the Board of Directors. We corrected it to have more specific descriptions, making it clearer and concise. Article 4 added to the bylaws a description of the officers taken from the old standing rules, and we removed assistant treasurer position. So honestly, all we did was take the verbiage from the standing rules and move it to the bylaws underneath all of the positions of officers so that it was in the right place. And we do not have an assistant treasurer. I don't know why it was in there. We don't have one. So it was removed. Article 6 stayed the same, which was the dissolution. Now, Article 7 was a new article that we added. It's the emergency bylaw action. Under the circumstances of COVID, we realized that we had no rights as your board to make decisions on your behalf on things that are in the bylaws without your consent. And if we aren't able to gather together, how do we do that? For instance, the decision to not collect dues was a decision that I put forth to the board, feeling as though everybody's pressured. $30 to some, maybe a lot of money, to others not a lot. But I ended up having to email and keep a list. You had to vote, because anything that changes money, anything the board does around money has to come to the membership for a vote. So I had to email everybody and I had to collect everybody's vote. And I know not everybody got the email, and I know not everybody voted, but we did go with the majority of those that were returned. This article states that we can make these changes on your behalf without having you vote. And I want you to know that it says, such amendment or repeal shall only be effective for the duration of such emergency. So once the emergency is lifted, everything goes back the way it was. But this protects us legally to do what we need to do on your behalf. And that is not only with COVID, but it could be with a hurricane, it could be with anything else that you can imagine that could possibly happen, that we are unable to contact each other. It gives the board the ability to do that. So that's why that was placed in there. Does anybody have questions or concerns about that new article? Okay. And then Article 8 was amendments to the bylaws and standing rules. That stayed the same. Okay. Okay, and on that note, we're going on to the standing rules. So the standing rules was, in the old one, not formatted coherently whatsoever. So we did a lot of format changes. A lot of it stayed the same, however, it's just how we worded it different and got rid of redundancies and made it better. So the standing rules, Section 1, under membership, the wording stayed the same, but the format changed. Section 2 was yearly dues. We removed and put into the bylaws article, changes to dues shall be voted on by the general membership as recommended by the board. That was in the wrong spot. It shouldn't be on, it should not be in the standing rules, it should be in the bylaws, so we moved it where it needed to be. Section 3, officers and duties of officers. We removed, due to the redundancy, the term of office shall be limited to 1 year and may be re-elected one time unless extended by the board. The term of the other officers shall be 2 years and may be extended. All else remains the same. So we made that correction. Section 4, nomination and election, that stayed the same. In the old standing rules at that place was where they had all the duties of the officers, which we removed and moved it up to the bylaws. Section 5 are committees with subtitles as specific committee names. So we kind of put them a little bit better order, I guess. So Art in the Park, formatted different but the same content. Artist of the Month, chair. We added, winners are excluded from participating in any other Artist of the Month for this season. That was not in the standing rules. So we made sure we added that because that is how we do our work. The brush fire, the newsletter committee on the brush fire, we corrected newsletter to be received by the membership after the monthly general meeting rather than prior to. We removed the editing submissions paragraph. That just makes sense because we're going to update the newspaper articles after the meeting, not before. Bylaws and Standing Rule Committee, we reformatted and written to be more concise. The information was the same. We had a historian. We removed it as a committee. There was less interest, how do I put this, in getting people to participate in the committees that are current running and doing. This is something that if there is by any chance someone who loves history and wants to go through and put together whatever, by all means we can add it back, but right now there is no historian. Hospitality Committee added that they needed to retain receipts to give treasurer because up until this point I think they paid for everything out of their own pocket. So this way they can get reimbursed for the plates and cups and whatever that they end up having to get for us. The Jury Committee remained the same. The Luncheon Committee remained the same. The Membership Committee was the same. The Program Committee is now the Program Workshop Committee, and it stayed the same. The Publicity Committee, we added responsible for management of the website because publicity now is social media. It's the website, it's the internet. So we just put the website into the Publicity Committee. The Rotating Exhibit Committee, we added participants and sales. Notify Publicity Committee of exhibiting information. and exhibits and shows committee stayed the same. And that's everything that was changed. And again, I didn't want to go line for line and read both. I thought that this might be the easiest way to get through it. Does anybody have any specific questions or concerns regarding the bylaws or the standing rules? Nope? Yes. Thank you all very much for that gift. And I'll just ask you again, if you have not voted, make sure that you do vote. And then you will be told. I will send out an email. Unless everybody is voted right now, and if that's the case, then I suppose somebody could go count the votes. Has everybody voted? Everybody's voted?
I haven't voted.
You haven't voted?
You've got a
Okay, then
couple
we'll wait
people
till after the meeting and you can vote.
Okay.
Very good, thank you. Thank you. All right, so now on to new business. This is exciting. This is really exciting. So we've been meeting the board has been meeting the Monday before our membership meeting on Zoom. And now that we are out and about more, I was looking for a place to hold our meetings and looking for a place to do our workshops. So I went to the Good Shepherd Church, which is off of Edgewater by the marina. It's the big yellow Episcopal church. I have attended meetings there, and I've attended yoga classes there, and it's a beautiful facility. It has plenty of parking, a huge parking space, another parking space alongside the road. I was pleasantly surprised that they offered us what they call their patio room, available on the Monday, the second Monday at 1:30 to 3 o'clock for a donation of $15.
Wow.
So we snatched that up, and we are meeting now as the board in the patio room on the second Monday at 1:30 till 3. And I do want everybody to know, anybody can attend the board meetings. Just let me know ahead of time so I make sure I have chairs. But that's what we're doing. In addition, they have a Kirk Hall. It's a very big hall that's adjoined by their kitchen. It has ginormous glass windows. It's very light-filled. It's beautiful. We can have that for our workshops. They ask for 10% of what we ask for the workshops.
Wow.
So, for instance, this golden workshop with 25 people, I believe it's working out to where I'm going to pay them like $165 for the use of the facility for the whole day. Okay? So I mentioned to her that we spend in this location $200 for this meeting space. Each Tuesday of the month, we pay $200 for this space and for the use of the small room for the jury. She said, well, we can offer you Kirk Hall much less. We'll only take 10% of what you collect at your meetings. And I said, we do not collect money at the meetings. We have yearly dues of $30 per person, which I said we have about 140 members. In fact, right now it's 131, but I erred on the side of more. 100, well now maybe even more, right, with all the new members. 140. So that's $4,200 that we collect in dues. She said, okay, she said, I'll give you Kirk Hall for $420.
For the whole year?
And I said, for the whole year, and she said yes.
Wow.
So we're going to be saving $1,180 a year on our rent. We cannot have, however, the second Tuesday because the Rotary Club has been going there every Tuesday for 30 years. We're not going to rock the boat. However, she was able to change the schedule, and we can come in the second Thursday. So we'll be doing this starting September of 2022. We will run this out for the remainder of the time that we've been here. We will thank them for all the years of wonderful hospitality that they've given us. And then we're going to, starting in September of 2022, be meeting on the second Thursday at the same time, 12 o'clock to 4, and hopefully we'll have demonstrations as well.
What's the name of the church?
It is the Good Shepherd Episcopal Church on Edgewater, and the address, I think, is 639, I wrote it down, I have 639 Edgewater Drive. Anybody have any questions?
We're paying $200 a month here?
Yes,
A month?
yes, each Tuesday we pay $200, so we pay $1,200 a year to have our meetings here, and this year, we're paying $1,400 because we're adding December. Because usually December and April, we're at the country club, so we don't reserve this space then. But because we're not doing the luncheon, we're paying another $200, so we're up to $1,400, right? $1,400. And, you know, hopefully April will have a thing. Yes, Sharon?
I just want to also mention there is lots and lots of parking
Yeah,
spaces.
there are plenty of parking. They have a big parking lot. It's all on the campus. I call it a campus. And there's parking actually across the street where they allow people to come with their boats and trailers too. Plenty of parking. So we are also doing a workshop, and I guess I can just throw that in right now. The workshop, the information's on the back. It's a golden workshop. It's going to be held at the Good Shepherd Church January 27th, which is another Thursday. The morning is going to be a free demo lecture by
Kevin Tobin.
Kevin, I can never get his name. Keith Tobin. Kevin Tobin. That we don't really have a maximum. I just want to know that you're coming, so you need to let us know ahead of time so we have chairs. The afternoon workshop is a 4.5-hour workshop. It's called Seductive Surfaces for Painting and Collage. It's $65 to attend, and it's 25 maximum people right now that we have. Limited to 25 right now. Yes?
Would you have to bring stuff for the...
So, you know what, I didn't bring up that thing, the information, let me go get it. Do you have one, Joy, right there?
I don't, sorry. I have one right
Oh, Nina.
Oh.
Here, Nina.
Is that what you need?
Yes, so,
Oh.
no.
Should bring one
Yeah.
of something. Okay. Yeah. There is a list.
There is a list, yeah,
Yes,
and
I
it's
hear.
pretty much, bring things to make markings and brushes, but he has all of the,
Thank you.
you should bring 2 small brushes, a palette knife, scissors, paper towels, small container for water, a notepad for taking notes, pencils and various drawing tools to make marks, as in crayons, pencils, oil pastels, soft pastels, or markers. Everything else he's supplying for you. So on this registration form, there's a line here. You fill the top up, send your check in. The address is on here. You make it out to the Creative Artists Guild, $65. Mail it to our post office box, 324 in Dunedin, and you keep the bottom half that has all the information that you'll need to.
Is this on acrylics? Is that what they use?
It's basically acrylics, yes, but it's collage as well. So whatever he's going to be showing you is going to be a mixed medium workshop. Yes, Joy?
Can I come up for just a
Yes,
second?
Joy, come on. Who gave me this?
Can I borrow that for just a second? Okay. All right, so, yeah, it's called Seductive Surfaces for Painting and Collage. And he is going to bring anywhere from 13 to 18 different mediums that is put out by Golden that can be used on surfaces of your paintings. And he will show us all the wild and wacky ways to use them. And then that's why he wants you to bring marking tools, because you'll be able to make marks on them and see how they work on top of different surfaces, like micaceous powders, the different gels, lots of different heavy mediums, light mediums, all sorts of fun stuff. And for those of you who have never worked in any of these before, they are fun. They are really, really fun. And then for the A to Z, the free one, he always brings lots of freebies. Gets you a little bag full of all sorts of free stuff from Golden. And he gives you a beautiful folder with a full-page fold-out poster of color charts. And he talks about all the mediums that Golden provides and explains how to use them. So it's really a worthwhile thing.
Yeah, what he gives you as far as the palettes, they're all real paint. And they pay people to put the paint on that chart that he gives you. So you see how it all dries, the color dries and everything. So it's really, I've been to that one. It's well worth going to. Do we have any questions about that? Yes.
Just a comment, one thing I really like about Golden is that they actually use people that have some sort of disability
Yes.
to fill out their color charts and
Yes.
on every tube of paint.
That's right.
Provides a lot of jobs.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, the other little bit of business is the board yesterday voted to change the title of non-exhibiting member to patron of the arts. I've been approached by a number of members who have friends who feel intimidated by the title non-exhibiting member. It could be not much to us, but to somebody who's new coming in, or somebody that just likes art, likes to watch art being done, likes to come to demonstrations, wants to participate and hang out with artists. If we put it patron of the arts, then they're more apt to just feel more welcomed. And what that's going to do, we hope, is it's going to, as a paid member, the dues will remain the same, $30 for exhibiting artist, $30 for patron of the arts. What this will allow us to do is hopefully get more members who wish to participate in many different volunteer opportunities. We are all creative. We all have our gifts to give. Some of us are not the best at follow-through or keeping tracks of ledgers or, doing the publicity part or whatever. I hope that this will bring to our organization, to the Guild, some new blood and some new thoughts and people who might be able to take a hold and participate in a way that just builds us all up better. So that is something that we have done. Does anybody have any questions about that?
Really good.
Very good.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea.
Good, thank you. All right. So the other thing I want to say is Jim Camille is a potter, member of our group, and he's a potter. And he works full-time, so he's unable to attend Tuesday meetings. But he reached out to me when I sent out a request for people to volunteer. And he said, I can't come to the meetings, but is there anything that I can do? I would be more than happy to help. And I said, what about the web?